Hi, Analisa Six here with the Lady of Leisure and the Sober Curator to bring you the August 2024 horoscope for the zodiac sign of Taurus for sun and rising placements. Hi, Taurus. How are you? We're in Leo season, which is the fixed fire sign of the zodiac. You're the fixed earth sign. So Leo and Taurus actually make a hard aspect to each other called a square. I feel like my lipstick's doing something weird. And so there's some tension in the air between Taurus and Leo, but a lot of the things that Taurus and Leo um, are attracted to are the same. They're very creative energies, very artistic energies. There's a lot that can be manifested and created in the Leo Taurus square. The fixed square with all the signs, which are Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, they make a grand square, but it's called a fixed cross, is the cross of manifestation. So when we've got, these kind of fixed energies in tension with each other, we think about that friction in the analogy of a diamond, kind of like that pressure makes diamonds kind of energy. So that's kind of happening in ether for you in August. I'm going to keep these videos as short as possible, but I do have a longer video for August that is just the astrology forecast on a whole. August is a pretty intense month astrologically, so I do recommend watching my astrology forecast video that's general. But when it comes to the horoscopes, it's pretty straightforward, the themes for all of us, because we don't have a ton of energy shifting from one sign to the next. We just have kind of these overarching themes for each sign for the month. So we're just going to touch on your themes and I'm going to give you some advice on how to approach them, and we'll call it good, hopefully after 10 minutes. Okay, so the sun in Leo, starting out the month of August, we always have sun in Leo starting out August. And the area of the chart that this hits for Taurus is the area that represents home and family. So wherever the sun is brings vitality, energy, and shines a big light on that part of our life. So your relationship to your home and your family, whether that's made family, family that you live with, or family extended, family that you've created, like those are the themes for you. Anybody that you share a home with too. Venus is also starting out in Leo. We've had Venus passing through this area for you for all of last month. And she's finishing up her stint here over the first couple days of August. The other consistent energy that we've had since the end of last month that we're bringing into August in a bigger way is Mars and Jupiter in Gemini. That's hitting your area of finances. Mars in the second house can bring some turbulence when it comes to money. Jupiter can bring abundance and good fortune, but when we have Mars and Jupiter here, it's like money could go just as fast as it comes. So that's something that you have to be mindful of. Let's see here. We also have Saturn still in Pisces retrograde, Uranus still in Taurus, Neptune in Pisces still, and Pluto in Aquarius. I'm not going to get too much into those themes because we've already talked about them in previous videos. So one of the big things that happens starting out August is on August 4th, which is today, we have a new moon at 12 degrees Leo. And so that highlights your area of home and family. New moons are a time of setting intentions. This is squaring your Taurus energy, really powerful energy for setting intentions towards what you want to manifest into your life around your home life and your family life. So if you are trying to heal anything with the family, setting intentions towards that is good. If you're trying to manifest a new living situation, setting intentions towards that. If there's just things that you want to change about where you're living, even if you don't want to move, like this is a good time to set intentions towards that. The other thing that's happening today on August 4th is Mercury stationing retrograde at 4 degrees of Virgo. So Mercury entered Virgo last month, and the area of the chart that hit for you is the area that Leo traditionally rules. And Virgo energy is really positive for Taurus. You guys are both earth signs. You make a trine to each other. You're speaking different languages, but on a similar frequency because earth likes earth. And so with this, happening, starting this retrograde through your fifth house, the fifth house is the house that represents self-expression and creativity, our relationship to children, as well as our own inner child, how we find joy and pleasure, romance, also how we share ourselves with others. And Mercury is the planet of communication. And so those are themes that come up during this Mercury retrograde at the beginning of the month. How do you express yourself? How do you share yourself? What's your relationship to those themes? Mercury retrogrades are always a time for reflect and review. On the same day that Mercury is stationing retrograde at 4 degrees of Virgo, Venus is going to be entering Virgo as well and is going to be blessing this area of your chart when it comes to creativity and self-expression. I have a lot of Taurus dominant people in my life. You guys are super artistic and creative. This is a really positive time for you to lean into that energy and channel it, even if it's just for fun. If it's like you're a musician or you're an artist, even if you're not taking it seriously, just doing it for fun and for some kind of release is really positive, or surrounding yourself with it. You know, maybe you don't want to create art, but just surrounding yourself with art and other people's art is really positive for you right now. Venus here really wants you to lean into pleasure and joy, which Taurus loves, physical, sensual pleasure. Venus here is saying yes, like lean into the areas that bring you that joy. I think that's it for August 4th. And then once we get kind of more so into the month, let's talk about where Mars and Jupiter and Gemini are. Well, we did. It's your financial house, and Taurus traditionally rules this. So the whole month, Mars and Jupiter being here, you're just going to need to be really mindful about money, because it's one of those things where you could be like, oh, I've got all this money, I'm good. And then something happens because Mars, and then it's something you weren't expecting that now you have to spend all this money on too. And the flip side, you could manifest a lot more money back in because Jupiter's here. So finances are a little wonky. You just need to be careful. Let's see, that's the majority of the theme for you. And in the middle of the month, we're going to have Mercury stationing back into Leo while it's retrograde at 29 degrees of Leo. So it's going to move back into that home and family house. So again, reflect, review on communication with home and family. That's a big theme. On August 19th, we have the full moon hitting at 27 degrees of Aquarius. So these later degree points. And this is the area that represents your career. So full moons are a great time for manifestation, but also when they're in these later degree points, they really operate well when it comes to letting go and releasing things. And Aquarius represents our relationship to community and change, and kind of taking a more progressive approach to problems and, you know, being more innovative. And so when it comes to your career, this is a really positive energy for you to set intentions around releasing any energy you feel blocked with your career in any kind of way, but also what do you want to manifest into your community around your work, all that kind of stuff. So this full moon could be a really positive time for you to reflect on your public life, your public image, how you show up in the world, in the work that you're doing. And if there's any changes that need to be made, how are you going to make those changes, and telling the universe kind of what you want out of that. Because Mercury's retrograde during this full moon, there's always an opportunity for us to reflect and review on those things changing. Like in the past, especially being a fixed sign, you might have had a fixed notion of how some way you structured your life should be. And when we have these transits, it starts to kind of dissolve that. And maybe we start to see a new way. So that's a theme for Taurus. The sun is going to enter Virgo on the 22nd after this full moon, and it's going to join that Venus Virgo party for the time being, where your relationship to creativity and self-expression is enhanced. It's really important that you lean into building confidence around expressing yourself and being who you feel like you're meant to be, and sharing that. If you have kids or kids in your life, connecting with your kids in fun, pleasurable ways that bring out laughter and joy and all of that is a really positive theme for you. And then towards the end of the month, we're going to have Mercury finally stationing direct. It's going to happen at 21 degrees of Leo around the 28th. And so, you know, again, that house of home and family. So if there's any conflict in the home or with the family, Mercury stations direct and hopefully helps bring more resolution. And then Venus on the 30th is going to enter her home sign of Libra. And this enters the area of the chart for you that has to do with your health. And so your health is of a big focus. Venus is also your ruler. So this planet, you know, is always very dominant in your life. And this is a really good time to start getting on top of any kind of daily routines or health issues that need your attention as we close out August. Okay, those are your major themes. I'm going to leave you there so I can get through all of the videos quickly. And I wish you the best of luck in this retrograde cycle. And I will see you guys in September. If you liked this video, please hit like, subscribe. You'll get notified on when I post these. If you want to book a reading, my info is in the description box, as long as my website for my personal blog and the Sober Curator. All right, I'll see you guys next month.